So we really play in two spaces. We play in RFID and non-RFID. I think we focus a lot of the conversation because it's really hot right now on RFID. So there's a lot of physical things that happen in an RFID project. So we always push for like a 1 to 3 store pilot. We have a big retail chain right now that said we want 10. We're going to listen to the client, but we like to start out small so we can figure out what works, what doesn't work with the associates being core. So what we've learned and corrected is even if the retailer isn't thinking about it this way, where's the store associate? Now the real one, not the one that works in corporate, the real one in the store in Los Angeles, right? We want her in the room saying this works, this doesn't work, can I have this, can I have that, so we can configure it right. And then the physical things tend to get either pushed aside or not thought about a lot. So you have to do physical work in the stores and the ceilings. And then readers are complex. This is new technology. So if you have metal, lots of metal, if you have metal displays, you have to kind of figure out, is this interfering with the signal? Do we need to tweak things? And if you don't put that in the primary part of your piloting, you miss it, you go to roll out and you start to wonder, why is this happening? How come we're getting, errors and stuff like that? So there's a lot of physical things other than the software and the project itself you have to think about and add to that. But I think piloting, so we've only had one client ever in our history pilot and then not go to rollout phase, right? So piloting, getting it right, and then they're like super excited, especially the best sales reps for us are the store associates. Because when they like it, they help us sell it internally.
Got it. Troy, you made me think of something too. I've never asked this question before. So as you go from pilot stage to rollout, because of the unique dynamics of individual store locations, i.e. use metal as an example, does it mean the technology scales easily, or do you have to take into account individual store idiosyncrasies as you go from pilot to store rollout?
The latter, but it's
Okay.
not, I haven't seen a huge issue, but it has to be considered. So we have a
Sure.
luxury brand that we're rolling out. And, just like every other retailer, they have different store formats. And there was a format that has a lot of fixturing, and that fixturing happens to be metal, right? So we had to go back and move things around a little bit to make it work after the fact. That retailer wasn't super happy, because that costs money and time, and you got people in the store when they're trying to sell stuff. So it wasn't anybody's fault necessarily, but there is that little bit of tweaking. So you can't just assume you pilot this store and you can roll it out the same way
Okay.
across all the stores. It hasn't been a big problem, but it does need to be something you think about it. If there's a big variation in the style of store and the size footprint you have to probably do a pilot in one of each of those stores just to make sure you get all the kinks worked out.
Got it. It's not a set and forget, go from pilot to implementation in any
Not with
means.
this,
Okay.
not with
Which is
this
important to
footprint.
think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Troy, that brings up some other questions that I'd love to close out